Hi everyone, and welcome to Into Enlightenment with me, Nancy. I am going to be doing your weekly tarot reading for the week of April 1st through the 7th. It's pretty, look, I pulled all the cards in advance, and why don't we get started? A few reminders or to let you know what's going on in my world. The week of April 6th at the Cultural Center in Yarmouth, I will be teaching a chakra awakening class. It's 4 weeks, 3 hours, and the price is really great. You can go on the Cultural Center in Yarmouth and sign up there if you'd like. You can go on my website, look me up there. Also on my website, Into Enlightenment, I will be doing a monthly newsletter. So you can follow me on my website at intoenlightenment@gmail.com or at enlightenment www. What else do we have going on? Oh, on Wednesdays at the Corner Loft in Marston's Mills, from 10 o'clock in the morning till about 4 or 5 every week, I will be there offering tarot, counseling, meditations privately, or if you come with a friend, and Reiki. And I'm offering Reiki as well for half an hour for $25. And on Wednesday, the last Wednesday of every month, I am offering a Reiki clinic. So for walk-ins or call for appointment, I suggest for an appointment because it can get pretty busy. Sign up so you know when to come so you have your time. All right, let's get started into the tarot for the week. So I pulled the mouse. Oh, I am using I'm trying to read it. The Wild and Unknown Animal Spirit deck. And of course the Angel Power Tarot deck. And I just wanted to add another deck that I love, and it's called the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And, all right, it's for clarifiers. So the mouse is what I pulled for underlying. And then I pulled the vulture for mental. And the black egg, which is, ooh, this is big, deep, spiritual, but it's under the mental part. So we'll see where that takes us. And under the spiritual, I pulled the cheetah. Look at that energy and the fire. Oh my God, the brilliance of the spirit. Okay, so the mouse is underlying everything. And the mouse to me, represents like busy, trying to get a lot done, not really getting anything done, but really busy, and can be controlling because they're trying to be really busy and not getting anything done. So they can be looking at other people and trying to control the outcome of other people's lives because they really want to have control and they don't have it in whatever they're trying to work through, being busy. And that can be for so many things in our lives. So it can be we don't have control over our work situations, with people we work with. We can sit there and be like, well, if that person just took my advice, it would be easier for them. And that's just a way of getting outside of ourselves because we're just uncomfortable. We want to control. And when you're out of control, you want to control, right? So it's situations, it's people, it's places, it's anything. It can be a spill on the counter and then get upset because it was left there or something. You know, it's that simple. But this is the underlying of the week. So the other side of this is to be mindful, to catch yourself when you start to feel that way, or if somebody is trying to be that way for you. Just really just go back in self and go, this is what's underlying this week, and I'm going to pay close attention to it. And so, right, heads up on everything is the best way. So yeah, that's the mouse. And the mouse is also has this it's like the mouse knows that all things are going to be okay, and they've got all the lights all around them, but for whatever they're walking through for the week, it's just uncomfortable. And like I said, it doesn't have to be 1,000 giant things. It can be a little thing. It can be not even controlling somebody in the car in front of you. You know, that can just take your peace of mind. So once you realize, stay in your own lane. Don't go looking outside of yourself, and realize that this too shall pass. And it's just, you know, the moment you realize it, it ends. And that's really good. And then for the vulture is so good for after the mouse, because, right, what does the vulture do, right? The vulture cleans up the messes, right? The vulture brings back balance, right? And that's in our life. So I couldn't believe when I pulled this. And the vulture is very wisdom balanced as well. But the vulture definitely brings physically, it will bring to you understanding of not being able to do things the way that you've been doing it. Like, it will show you another way, and it will clean up anything that was left unresolved in your life, or anything brought on by this little mousy creature that can't wants to control other people, places, and things because they feel out of control inside. The vulture is amazing for cleaning that up and helping you see it and finding balance. And so that's really good. And then the black egg is, oh my God, spiritual. This is about truth. The black egg is about after finding out about ourselves or other people. Mainly this is always about ourselves. When I do a reading, it's whoever's reading it or listening to it and identifies with it a little bit can see. Even a cross watcher, this is for the cross watcher. Even if you want to point the finger at somebody else, they may be more glaring than the person, but there's a little, this is in all of us too. So that the black egg, and it's under the mind, and it means truth. And it asks us to look at the big picture, the real truth of it all. What fuels this controlling or really busy feeling and not really getting anywhere, thinking, you know, the underlining. And this will show you where it comes from. And it's, right, you can't really get to the truth until you dissect, clean up, realize, bring balance, and the emotions aren't so high with trying to control, right? This is where we get to the truth about ourselves, like the truth about I don't know, why we wanted to control somebody in the first place, or why we had to keep so busy because we were uncomfortable, and that's not a bad thing, you're not taking it out on anyone, being busy, but looking within. This is a very this is under the spiritual part in the deck, and there's like 4 or 5 cards that are very spiritual. So this is about finding the truth within us and not judging it. There's no judgment when spirit's involved. It's just to help you find yourself a little deeper and in the heart. So that's really great. And then, of course, for the spiritual, we do have the cheetah. And look at that beautiful energy with spirit, source, fire, enlightenment, and the cheetah behind the truth allows you to get to the real you, the real beautiful, energetic. And look at, it's a circle, right? A circle. It never ends. It's never ending. We're always on a journey of self-discovery and love, and a lot of love and balance, right? And balance, and balance, and then and balance, right? Of all of these beautiful things. And I guess I get with the cheetah also is that spirit says, don't be afraid to look. I got you. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to want to control. Once you're aware of it, then you can find so many other ways around it, by going for a walk, getting close to nature, going for a run, because cheetah's got full of energy, right? He's like the sun. This is the sun. And it's like you are fine. You are great. This is just something so you can grow a little deeper, get a little closer to yourself, which would be whatever you believe in as your spirit. So, underlying, I pulled some cards for underlying all of these. So I've got I need my glasses. These are smaller writings. I know these but because I do the clarification with an already written, it's important that you know what it means. So I pulled the 2 of Gabriel, and I just love it. She's beautiful, right? And she's overlooking. You're not alone in this mindset of this controlling thing, right? And it says, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So when I pulled this card and I got to this busy, 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 I thought, well, maybe you're starting a new venture in your life. It doesn't have to be in a business sense, but it can be in moving. It can be just getting guidance from a dear friend or somebody else who's already gone through this that can show you the way or give you guidance. It can also be that you're not alone, that everybody goes through this. And that when we beat ourselves up, we're beating up our spirit, our soul that lives within us as well. And it hurts. So we don't need to do that, because we have choices and we have progress. This talks about progress and important relationships, right? So this can be our spouses, our children, workplaces. Like, this is telling you to remember how important they are to you and how important you are to them. And so before we open up and try to, have to make apologies, this is reminding us to think about how important everyone is to us in our lives. All right, it's pretty good. And then for balance, right, and the mess cleanupper. So, you know, if we can't control ourselves, because I have a hard time with this. I know I shouldn't say it, and I know it's in the back of my head, and sometimes I just say it. And then there's like, you know, what's the matter with you today? That's what I get. What's the matter with you? What's going on? Because it's not like me to do that. But sometimes, right, that's what this is about. For the vulture, who cleans up our messes and brings balance back to us, because then we're like, oh shit, we shouldn't have said that. Something's going on with us. I need to take a step back. So I got the Four of Michael, right? And I pulled Four of Michael. That's really good. Look at, it's beautiful. She's taking a nap by a beautiful river in the green, you know, and Michael's the sword. He's the mind, right? The mind, and it's insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, and seek relief from stress, right? Busy, 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 seek relief from stress. So, you know when we get to that point where we just need to get away because we're going to explode, whoever's pushing our buttons, or we can't control them, you know, we take a nap, we go for a walk, we read a good book, we ask our higher powers for help, we ask the vulture spirit, which is air, you know, look up, find a bird, you know, and find balance, right? And that's what this is about. So it's amazing that I can't believe these cards always come up, you know, like that. And under the egg, which is soul-searching truth about ourselves. It's hard to get there too, man. It's hard when you're pointing the finger and trying to control other people. You know, this card is like, if everybody did what I told them to do, my life would be so good. That's what this is about, getting to the truth behind that thinking. And I pulled Archangel Zadkiel, 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 and success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Holy crap, right? So once we have found balance and figured out why we're behaving the way whatever we are, right? And we've found some truth about ourselves, or we don't want to find some truth about ourselves. Maybe we're not ready for that. We still have this beautiful Zadkiel behind us, because we can remind us, just be objective. We don't have to be right. We can agree to disagree, right? Agree to disagree. I don't understand or see your eye of this vision right now, but I don't want to argue anymore. I just want to agree to disagree. And compromise and self-control. Holy crap, right? Self-control. This is so hard for me sometimes. So hard. Sometimes this is a hard one for me. Thank God I am still loved by my significant other and my children. That's all I've got to say. I can do this pretty good at work. I can keep my mouth shut at work 99% of the time, but it's always the ones we love, right? It's always the ones closest to us. So we have truth, and then through that, we're not alone, right? We learn some self-control, we learn some patience, and forgiving and healing energy. Forgive ourselves, right? And ask for forgiveness. You don't have to be right. You can say, I don't know why I'm this way. I can't figure it out. I've been trying to figure it out, but I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, you know, I need to just be a little quiet today. I need to take a nap and be still, maybe go for a walk. I don't want to keep trying to be, busy and controlling, you know. So it's pretty good. And then for the cheetah, I got the Page of Gabriel, which is the spiritual, right? The sun, he's the sun, man. It's like, holy mother of Lord, you know. This is like a really great card for, you know, after the truth and, you know, objective thinking. we'll feel really good about ourselves. It's really good. So anyways, the Page of Gabriel, energetic, brave, optimistic, playful, and following your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure, right? Because when you feel good about yourself, you are prepared. You are open. You found out something about yourself today. You're not judging it. You're just going to say practice makes pretty good. I am that I am, and I am pretty good today, right? And this has got the staff. It's light. It's enlightened. And you are ready to start this new self-awareness about yourself and this new understanding about yourself and even family members, right? And they might even say, wow, you know, whatever, mom apologized, or grandma said she was sorry, you know, or whatever. It doesn't even have to be that, but it usually affects the people we love and care about, these tarot cards that I do. It can be about work as well, because some of this is all about work, but it's also about self-care this week. So I did pull the Shaman Dream Oracles too. So I'll do one more behind these. These are pretty good too. And so this one is Right Use of Power, Crown Games, right? You know what this is about? It's about this. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. This was about not abusing, controlling others, not abusing power, not abusing like being the head of the household, and trying to make people see things the way you do, telling them to do what they need to do. And especially with older children, this can be about work situations, hanging that over their head. Well, you know, I'm the one in charge, and so I want it done this way, and not taking into consideration other people's feelings. So this is part of the work part, not part of personal. But when you bring personal into work, you get trouble with the head. So it's important to definitely use your Two of Gabriel, and you know, you're not alone. You ask your Archangel Gabriel for help when the mind thinks it's right in a situation, because, which would be this, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy, right? That's what this means. All right, that one's for that. And then for the Vulture, the Balancer, I got the Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, right? Going with the flow. And that's what this Balancer is, cleans up the messes, right? This is saying if you go with the flow, you won't need to have the Vulture cleaning it up. And if you take a nap and, you know, find something that read a good book, go for a walk outside. It's all about not struggling with the mind and controlling and being right. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? It's about going with the flow. Just go with the flow. And this is blue. This is emotions. So I would say in the depths of your water, you're in the sailboat. That's a sailboat. And it's just going with the flow, right? Just go with the flow. No need to argue. Just let it happen. Don't try to, you know, row the opposite way of the stream. And then for the Egg and Truth, this is Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Look how pretty that is. It's got some daggers and crystals coming out of it. So, choices and their consequences, right? I would say that would be more of being objective, like in finding the truth, you know, of some of the things that we've made, and might even having regrets about, but finding the real truth in it. And this is, I would say, the past. This card is like from the past, and I would say it has to do with finding the real truth in the past and not what we were going through or what we perceived it to be. And then also success from being objective, right? And compromise and self-control and patience and forgiving. That's the best part of this, especially with the truth. Forgiving. Maybe you need to forgive somebody from the past when you look at it differently and go, wow, I saw that differently than I do now, right? That's what this is about with the truth too. So it's brought up a lot of different areas. And then this one for the cheetah, the sun, right? The sun will prevail is the crossing intuition. This is like all these steps prior to the spiritual. You got to have that faith that everything's going to turn out the way it's supposed to, right? The sun. Just think of it as, look at the orb. There's an orb right there. Very, very bright orb, right? And it's crossing over to where? Ta-da! So you've got some intuition. You've learned about yourself, the truth of yourself, a truth of a situation. We found some cleaning up some messes, right? We definitely are aware that maybe we caused this to happen, but now we are aware of how we tick sometimes, you know, maybe not. Maybe somebody's triggered this in us and this lays dormant, and then when it comes out, watch out. But at least we're aware of it, right? You want to be happy, or do you want to be right, right? And then, of course, intuition in the end, because everything's a learning lesson. Right? The more we learn, the more we know about ourselves and truth about us and people around us. So I want to thank you for watching my video. And this is for all signs. And I hope you have a great week. And if no one has told you they love you today, I love you. Blessings.